in the woods, man.
Yeah, I was. It was nice and quiet, and they decided to come out here and make some noise. I had the great scenery behind me and everything. I was like,
well, that's what's up. That's
yeah,
what's
yeah,
up.
yeah. Till they started acting up just a second ago.
I hear
Yo,
that.
so I don't know if I told you, I'm working on my book now. My third book. It's called We
I
Got Our
gotta get
Own
that
Thing.
second one. I didn't get that second one yet.
Yes. We got our own thing. A look at hip hop in the 914. So,
Okay.
And I'm reaching out to all my several hip hop heads. You know what I'm saying, to talk about some of the artists from Westchester. And I know
Oh, that's what's up.
you've interviewed everybody. Like I got Bobito, I already did him. Ralph McDaniels already did him. About to do Dave Mays. You know what I'm saying, and get them to all talk about different things about the Westchester artists. So I definitely wanted to include you in there.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you,
I know
sir.
you played everybody who was dope. So
yeah.
What is your most memorable, I don't know, interview, favorite record to spin, or favorite verse from an artist from the 914?
Well, gotta be y'all. You JVC for us.
Well, yeah.
We got Pete Rock and CL. Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Yes.
You know that. What about what do you call it? Brand Nubians in 914?
Yes.
Of course, Brand Nubians.
Yeah, you got Brand Nubians, Heavy D, Pete Rock and CL Smooth, Brand Nubians, The Locks, DMX.
Yeah, that's after my time.
yeah.
I wasn't playing them. Much love
Masters
to them though.
Masters of Ceremony.
Oh yeah, well that's what's his name from
Puba, yeah.
Puba, Grand Puba
that was
Maxwell.
before, that was before Brand Nubians. Yeah.
Sure
was.
Mm-hmm.
I just had 3 hours with Lord Jamal last night on here.
Oh, word?
I was like, yeah, it was supposed to be 15 to 20 minutes. It was like 3.5 hours.
Like, Lord Jamal could speak, man.
But we was just like two hip hop heads just talking, like, and
yeah,
I knew he was in a group before he was signed, and before he was signed. And
that I didn't know.
And he was a DJ, and he had 2 MCs from Mount Vernon. And I actually know them cats. I was like, yo, that was you? Like, I was like, yo.
Wow.
Yeah. KD and the Ever Loving 3. I didn't know that was him. I was like,
Small world, family.
Yeah.
If I can make this bigger. Boom.
So what jumps out at you? Anything you want to share about 914 artists? Like maybe your favorite record to play, or on the show?
It's got to be JVC for Strong Island, man. That's the Strong Island anthem, man.
Well, I know I'm trying not to include myself, even though I'm a Westchester artist, but I was Long Island, so I'm trying to limit me talking about myself in this book.
Yeah, but it is what it is, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That record's special because it represented Strong Island, bigged up Strong Island big. There is no other record like that represents Strong Island. That's it.
We were the first. We were definitely the first.
Saying Strong Island.
Right.
That's why I always say that should be the Strong Island anthem, because of what it did and what it bigged up Strong Island. And for those who don't know, Strong Island is Nassau and Suffolk County. Everything else is Long Island, even though Nassau and Suffolk is on Long Island.
Right.
It's like they say Brooklyn, Queens is the city. But Strong Island is Nassau and Suffolk County. That's it.
Well, yeah, because we were taught in school, in elementary school in Central Islip, that Long Island had 4 counties: Nassau, Suffolk, Kings, and Queens.
That is true.
But if you argue with a cat in Brooklyn, tell him he's from Long Island, you might have to fight.
Exactly. So that's why we just say, if you look at the map, geographically, where is it located? Brooklyn, Queens is on Long Island.
Right. On the island. Right. Part of the island. Right.
Yeah.
And I talked to somebody, old school cat. Before there was a Nassau County, it was just Queens and Suffolk County.
Right. That's somebody was just saying that.
Somebody just told me.
I think you told me about that thing. Yeah,
I don't know who told me that. And it was just like, I didn't know that there was a before Nassau County. I didn't know that.
Yeah, number farmland and everything out here back in the day.
Yeah. So out of the ones we named, like Pete Rock, CL Smooth, Grand Nubians, Master of Ceremony, Heavy D and the Boys. What out of those? What was your favorite?
Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Which joint?
Mecca and the Soul Brother, of course. Troy. They reminisce over you.
Right.
Those are my joints right there. You know what I'm saying? They had a lot of joints. I just like the vibe that Pete Rock and CL had. You know, they just CL flows so well on Pete Rock's beats. It's like, damn. So I love them joints. I love that group, man. It's like that's one of my still to this day. I love that. The golden era too. And the joints, the beats, the rhymes. Yo, it's crazy. And I like brand new music too, but I take Pete Rock and CL Smooth a little bit more, you know.
Right.
I did it. Lord Jamar, don't take no offense, brother. I don't know if you remember. I interviewed him back in '91. He came down to BAU.
I went to your bio on Rap Station or whatever to see, you know, and it listed names of artists, and it did say Lord Jamar, and it said Adore. Adore is actually from Mount Vernon too.
That's right, my man. That's a good dude. He came down to the state. I interviewed him.
Right. Right. So
who did his beat? Didn't Pete Rock? Yeah, Pete Rock.
Yeah, he was running with. He was in the Pete Rock camp a little bit. Yeah. I forgot all about him, to be honest, until like people started bringing him up. I was like, oh man, how I forget this cat? Yeah.
Let it all hang out.
Yeah, that was. I think that was like the main one. Like
he had the other one for the trouble too. Is that the same joint? I forgot. He had like 2 joints.
Right.
He might have had more, but those are 2 that were, you know, everybody knew.
Yeah, he has some more independent stuff, but those are the joints.
Yeah,
let it all hang out, because he performed that on like Living Color. I mean,
oh, he did.
Yeah, he performed. I just pulled up the video like yesterday. Was watching the video of him performing at Living Color.
Yeah, Living Color was the show.
Yes,
that was the show, because he had nothing like that back then. There's nothing for hip hop artists to be on television. That was the spot. You know, they had MTV. I mean, Yo MTV Raps, but you know that was a hot show back then. You know what I'm saying? So like they embraced hip hop, and that was big.
So what was you gonna say, Lord Jamal? You said you interviewed him?
Yeah, back in '91, he came down. It was a nice interview too. I have it. I think I posted up on Mixcloud.
Okay.
I think Brown came down that day too. Riz was going off on the 1s and 2s that night, man. Dang. Yeah, we used to get it in back in the day.
Oh, absolutely. I used to just come hang out.
Yes, you did. Yes, and I appreciate it too.
No doubt.
My man used to come. I like, yes.
Yes.
Those were the good days, bro. We need something like that. Well, you can't duplicate that, but it'd be nice to have another avenue, something similar to that or whatever. But, you know, everybody's doing their own thing now. Right. I got to start doing something out of my crib. But that's
I want to do something hip hop. I want to start doing some old school, like maybe golden era interviews. Especially after talking to Jamal the other day. Lord Jamal, I was like, I think I want to sit there and make a list on my own. You know, just bring back like one of my old shows, like Heavy Rotation or something. And
I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then like just do interviews,
man,
just like interviews.
The stuff they play now. I mean, I know it's generation. I have nothing against the youth, but it's just like there's a big disconnect, far as I'm concerned. You know, I mean, some people like some of the music. I don't like it. Some things I like, some things I don't like. Some things like, wow, they don't leave anything for the imagination.
You know what? I'm 57 years old, and I am content saying that I am no longer their demographic. They do not make music with me in mind.
Me either. Man, I got 9 years on you, family.
Right, but I'm saying I'm confident and I'm happy. I'm proud to say that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
I'm just not in the age range that they making music for these days. Like,
well, that's the same thing when I listen to BLS, and their demos 25 to 54 or 34 to 54. So I'm out of that demo, and I noticed that BLS is starting to play more and more music that Hot 97, the sister station, is playing. I'm like, well, wait a minute now. And I'm aged out of that, you know. And my thing, I think they really need to start another format for the older demographic. but they're saying it doesn't make money. Yeah, I bet. See, the thing here's the deal: older people are more discretionary with their income, with their money, because they got budgets. They have income, especially the baby boomers. That's my generation. We have the money, but we're more discretionary about it. Whereas the younger generation, they'll just spend. If they ain't got it, they'll take their mother and father's money and spend that money. You know what I'm saying? So that's the money market they tend to target. 18 and 34, I should say. That's that demographic that they target. They just think. But going back to the baby boomers, we do have the money. Look at a lot of shows now on TV are all retro. They're targeting baby boomers and your generation, as well as some older. Got plenty of shows. And what I'm saying, leading to, is that if television can do it, why doesn't radio do it? There could be, how they work the advertisement. And because I know a lot of times the advertising on the older shows is for seniors. But that's what, some of us are. But I get, I'm laughing. His brother that I know was telling me about, he likes watching the old retro shows and stuff. I think he must be in the late 40s, early 50s, but he said those commercials are killing him. Yeah.
What did you think when you first heard Brand Nubian? There was like nothing like them when they first came out.
No, there wasn't. Brand Nubian's dope. They were dope. All for one, one for all. Very dope. And everybody had, they picked up the 5% Nation, dropping knowledge. Yeah, I like their music as well.
I was going through some of your older shows, and I saw that y'all had played Riz, or whoever was the DJ, was playing Punk's Jump Up to Get Beat Down instrumental. And that was like a key moment for me, because before that, when Pooba left, people just thought Brand Nubians was dead. Until that record came out, showing that they could kind of hold it on their own. Like that was that record too. They could hold it on their own. Yeah.
They did.
Yeah. I was talking
to have a Brand Nubians need to have a Brand Nubians reunion.
They still do shows. They reunion shows.
All of them?
Yeah.
Pooba too?
Yeah. And then they'll do the Brand Nubian stuff, and then they'll do Pooba do a solo joint that people used to think was dissing other guys, and they'll do Punk to Jump Up to Get Beat Down back to back behind it. And then, Sadat might do a solo joint, then they'll do more Brand Nubians joints, and
Yes, they've been doing that. Sadat got a lot of underground joints too.
Yeah,
got a lot of collabo joints. He's been over a lot of artists too.
Absolutely.
Working.
Yeah, he stayed working.
Yeah,
I don't recognize some of the labels he be on, but he stay working.
Yeah, exactly. Man, you know how to grind for his money.
I'm doing towards the end of the book. It'll be like a discography of Westchester joints, and this dude got like 15 albums or 20 albums. I'm like, well, the albums I never heard of that came out like almost every other year. Every year there was an album putting out. This dude was putting out an album, like yes, yeah. Up until recently, I think he just put out an album a couple of years ago. Like I mean, he's still grinding. He got one of those voices you can't forget.
No.
Yeah.
That's what Ralph McGinn. Each one of them has a very distinct voice. You can differentiate between each one of them.
Yeah.
Pooba has his voice, and Jamar has his style. Of course, Sadat X has his style.
So DMX and the Locks and all that was kind of after you.
Yeah. After the radio, but I still respect them.
Yeah. What did you think the first time you heard DMX?
DMX is ill. DMX is ill. He's dope. Sometimes I thought he was a little crazy, but he's just a very intelligent. He's an intelligent brother. He was sensitive, I guess he was dealing with a lot of, personal things, but I respect his talent. A very talented brother. Very talented.
His performance, he was like an Energizer bunny on the stage. Like this dude, he was like that kid that couldn't stay still in class. Like he was like, even when he grew up, he was still that kid. Like he just couldn't stay still.
Like
Yo, he
Flavor
be
Flav and ODB. Them boys got
yes,
energy too.
yes, absolutely. So, anything else like you can tell me? Any of the artists from the 914, any Westchester artists?
Well, I tell you, I always wanted to have Heavy D come down to my show, but he was too big. As far as
Right.
he was large. You know what I'm saying? As we used to say back in the day. So Heavy D was a group artist, I should say, I would love to have the interview with, and because I liked his music, I always play a lot of his music. Yeah, Heavy was nasty, man. He brought that R&B flavor to hip hop. But he was talented too. My man could move. He could dance. He could do it all.
Yeah, for his, I mean, yo, he was
his size.
He was better than people smaller than him. He was, he held it down with the steps. He couldn't deny that. Yeah.
Eddie F with the production.
Yes.
So Nauru. Nauru. That's New Rochelle. That's also part of
New Rochelle, the Rough
House. That part of Westchester too?
Yeah. New Rochelle is Brand Nubians, Master Ceremony, the Rough House Survivors.
Rough House Survivors. Wow.
Yeah. Woo. Mount Vernon is Heavy D, Eddie F, the boys, Pete Rock, CL Smooth, I, Adore. Wow. Actually, a Mill that used to be down with Jay-Z. She's actually from Mount Vernon.
Oh, where?
Yeah, I've never seen her, but she's from Mount Vernon somewhere. Then you had Yonkers again. That's DMX, the Locks, that whole Rough Rider crew. Mary J. Blige, who is not officially hip hop, but she was like the queen of the hip hop collabo, because she got hip hop collabos with everybody. Yeah. I got a list of her collab. Yeah, the Method Man and the Method Man joint, the Wyclef joint. She's the
Mary's big.
She the queen of the hip hop collabo for me. So then you had so also in Westchester you had TQ.
Who's
Remember
that?
Top Quality. He was he actually was signed to Paris PMD label. He had a record called Magnum Opus or something.
Okay.
He's from White Plains. Danger Mouse, the DJ, is from White Plains. He did that mashup tape with I think he did the Gray album where he took all
Danger Mouse. I heard of him.
Yeah, he took all the Beatles music from the White album and Jay-Z's lyrics from the Black album and mashed it up and made the Gray album. It was crazy. You have to Google Danger Mouse the Gray. You have to Google that. Danger Mouse the Gray album. Yeah. So he's from White Plains. Trying to think who else. Going way back, there was a DST record in 1992. DST Cuts It Up. And one of the Infinity Rappers, one of the MCs, he's from Mount Vernon. And then he went on to do R&B stuff. Touch and then In Touch. He did a record Too Hype or something like that.
Oh yeah.
He was one of the rappers with DST when DST was on Celluloid Records in 1982.
Wow, Celluloid.
Yeah.
Sean's the Beat, Change the Beat. Yeah, that was the joint. Yeah. Celluloid had a few joints on that label.
Yeah, and then both Mount Vernon and Yonkers being on the borderline of the Bronx, there was some members of Rocksteady and some, the New York City Breakers and stuff that were actually living in Westchester, but they were on the borderline though. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah. So I'm trying to put all of that in the graffiti, the graffiti crews and all that. Yeah.
Wow.
All of that in there. Yeah.
Wow. That's some stuff.
It should be a good book. I'm trying to get it out maybe August or September, maybe, somewhere in the fall.
What's the name of the book again?
It's named after a Heavy D song. We Got Our Own Thing, a look at hip hop from the 914.
Originally We Got Our Own Thing with CJ and Company.
Well, that's the original, but we actually were the first ones who sampled it.
Oh, okay.
And then we were between labels.
Mm-hmm.
And then B-Boy tried to reissue the album and put that song on it. And then Warlock wouldn't put it out because Hev had already come out. So we ended up never putting the record out. and we ended up they talked us into doing a hip house version because they had Jungle Brothers Girl I House You before us.
Right.
So we ended up doing a house. It's a force thing, but those rhymes was it was the We Got Our Own thing. You can find it on. You can probably find it on
YouTube. It should be
the We Got Our Own thing. It's more hip hop than have more scratching and cutting the way we did it. You know what I'm saying? We should have still put it out, but the label didn't want to put it out because Heaven them had already blew up with. You know what I'm saying? It was like, they always getting daytime radio with theirs. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Even though we did it first though. Yeah, we the first one to sample that one. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I just called it. We Got Our Own thing. A look at hip hop from the 914, and I'm just celebrating hip hop, all hip hop, fashion, the Shabazz Brothers, the clothing company.
Okay.
They're from Westchester. Groovy Lou did some fashion. All the different elements of hip hop, so that came from Westchester. A lot of people don't know Shaka Zulu that managed Ludacris is from New Rochelle.
Word.
Yeah, his brother Jeff managed Puba and Brand Nubians, Big Jeff. You know what I'm saying? So Shaka's his little brother and went down to Atlanta and did his thing down there. And, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to put.
When I think of Westchester, to cut you off, I think of them wealthy people up there. Some bougie brothers.
That's a little further. That's a little further.
Stephanie Mills.
Yeah. Well, Stephanie Mills lived in Mount Vernon.
There you go.
I went to school with her. I went to high school with her brother.
Wow.
Yeah, she from Vanessa Williams lives in Chappaqua, out there where Hillary and Bill Clinton live.
Yeah.
But then we had a lot of people like Ella Fitzgerald lived in Yonkers for a while.
The legendary.
Nina Simone lived in Mount Vernon for a while.
Really?
Actually, she lived on the same block as Betty Shabazz. Betty Shabazz moved to Mount Vernon after Malcolm died. And three doors down was Nina Simone. They lived on the same street in the 60s.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah. Yeah, so
you know the history, brother. That's what's up.
Music, yeah. So I'm doing that too. All the Westchester artists that hip hop artists sampled, like Atlantic Stars from Greenberg, and all these groups that, all the hip hop records that sampled them. I got that listed too. So
wow.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So when it's coming out?
August, September, something like that.
All right. Y'all better be on the lookout for that.
Yeah. Oh, you'll know. Because you know me. You'll know. It'll be all online. You won't help. You won't hurt.
That sounds very interesting, AJ.
Oh, absolutely. I'm doing. I got these first two done. I got about 5 other books half written. I'm trying to do the damn thing right now.
I would love to see a JVC Force reunion.
Well,
that's a whole nother story.
I don't know if that's going to happen, but if I do a Westchester book, I have to do something on Strong Island. And I don't know if I'm going to do a whole book about Strong Island, the region, or about the record.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's off topic, but I'd love to see y'all get back together again.
Me and Bill are still beloved. We still stay in touch.
Yeah, I know.
Professionally deal with Kurt. So
Kurt pops up in my he checks in on me every so often with Twitter.
Yeah.
He may send me a joint here and there.
Yeah, he was doing. I mean, I see what he's doing. But professionally, we don't.
No, I understand.
Sometimes people put personal stuff over the group. You know what I mean? Like, and try to. Kurt will do whatever he can to get more of the money than you do, if he could. Like, Kurt's that kind of guy. Like, like I can't trust him, so I can't work with him. Yeah. I mean, I could be with a roomman if like the Long Island Hip Hop Hall of Fame, if they ever decided to induct us, I can stand on stage with them. I can do the whole thing, but I can't professionally work with him though.
Right, I got you.
So if we were to do something, even shows, Kurt wouldn't be the DJ.
Right.
B&B would do something, then Kurt wouldn't be the DJ. So
now speaking of the Long Island, with the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the 10th
coming 11th. Up on that. The 11th, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the panel on the panel. Yeah.
You know what the topic discussion is?
Whatever they talk about, Long Island hip hop, I don't know. Whatever they talk about, I'm there. I said I would do it. It's the 50th anniversary. You know what I'm saying? I would do it for Long Island. They gave me a lot of love.
Right.
Yeah, and what's the name lives near me now?
Ooh. Oh, Juice.
Juice living near a shop.
Yeah, he told me. Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, I'll just scoop you up. I'm like, okay, because I was gonna jump on the train. He was like, no, I'll scoop you up. So I was like, all right, I'll be there.
I gotta call Juice. I want to come through.
Yeah, but we couldn't get B-Love. B-Love has to be here for a family member's graduation like weeks before that, and he has to be here weeks after that, and it's just not enough for him to make an extra trip in between that. So that's the only reason if he was here, we were going to perform. Because I already talked to Juice.
Oh, word?
I had already talked to Juice about doing a track for, doing either spinning for us or doing us a show today, and he was with it, you know what I'm saying? But B could make, there's no way for B to be here. So
I got you.
Yeah, so I'll just stick to doing the panel discussion or whatever, our name is mentioned on the flyer. So, I'll take a bunch of pictures, see what happens, you know what I'm saying? So,
That should be dope. 50 years of hip hop on Strong Island.
Yeah. But I'm definitely, after I do the 914 book, I will definitely be doing something. I don't know about the region of Strong Island, but I might do something about the making of the record, something about JVC Force and the record, something about, it's coming together up into the record coming out, something like that. Telling that story maybe finally, something like that. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
we haven't had, group of people have been talking to us about doing books on us for a while, but never happened. And there's supposed to be a documentary on us twice, and it never happened. So I'm probably going to write something. B was just like, yo, you should write it. So I'm probably going to write it, with his involvement, you know what I'm saying? And it'll give Kurt all his love, you know what I'm saying, and everything. But B is the one that's like my brother. Like, I've known him since I was 7 and he was 5. Like, you know what I'm saying? We fell out a few times like brothers, you know what I'm saying? And
no doubt.
We fought 1 or 2 times like brothers. But and up until 2021, my pops died in Georgia. He was right there for me. And then 99 days later, his father died in Central Islip.
Wow.
And I took an Uber from Mount Vernon to Central Islip to be there for him. You know what I'm saying? My first time being out there in 2 decades, like, for real.
Wow.
The place don't even look the same. It's like, I didn't even recognize that neighborhood.
Yeah, everything is changing, man.
It's like everything was Mexican. I was like, what the hell? Like,
there's a lot of Latinos out here now.
Yeah, they took over.
Yeah.
So, me and B been, brothers. Like, we still rock. I don't get to speak to him every day or every week, but we still rock. But
that's what's up.
I haven't talked to Kurt. I tried something when I was in Georgia. They wanted to do some limited edition stuff and overseas.
Mm-hmm.
And we all, they also wanted this project I was working on Naquan. And they wanted from Kurt the project he did on Keith Murray before Keith Murray got with EPMD called Keefy Keef. He was still rhyming under the name Keefy Keef. And Bill had some stuff. So what we agreed on was we was going to do these 2-3 things for JVC, and then we would all branch off and do our individual stuff. When it came to the second project, we waiting for the money and find out he got a joint coming out. Like, he didn't cut the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, messing up the money for everybody. Like, we had a plan.
Wow.
And from that day, I was like, I said, if everybody's on board and do it, I'm willing to do it. But that just showed me nothing changed, and I couldn't rock with them on business like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that was like 2017, 2015, 2017, something like that. Yeah. Now, and I haven't spoke to him since then.
Wow, before the pandemic. Wow.
Yeah, before the pandemic. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, man. Well, I'm about to bounce and try to catch this.
Okay. I'm gonna watch this game here, see what's going on.
Came on half an hour ago, see what's going on. Yeah. But I appreciate you. If you think of anything else,
appreciate you as well, brother.
If you think about anything, like, again, like something just hit you and be like, yo, you know what record I really like from the area? Just text me or something. You know what I'm saying? If you think of anything.
Okay.
All right, my brother. It's good to see you. This is the first time I've seen you,
brother.
Yes.
Good to see you as well.
All right, bro.
All right, my man.
No doubt. Keep doing your thing.
All right, you too. Thank you. Much respect.
Yes.
Much love.
Yes,
All
yes.
right. Peace.